You just mentioned your YouTube channel, and that's something that I was always curious about. I went all the way back to the very beginning of your early videos, and
Oh
I think there's
man.
a common theme that again, kudos to you. You showed up every day, you kept putting in the work, and over time that compounds. I'm kind of curious, like, how important is it to show up every day and really kind of measure that progress over time, rather than trying something 3-4 times, thinking it doesn't work and wanting to just move on to the next thing?
Well, to get great at anything, you have to be consistent, right? For anything, any skill that you want to develop, you have to be consistent on. At the beginning of a journey, it's okay to experiment and taste and test and try and do a bunch of things. I made my first video and I wasn't like the next day making another video and the next day making another video, or it wasn't consistent at the beginning. And my growth reflected it. In year one, I post on my website where I'm at with subscriber count year by year by year. And year one is like 25 subscribers. And by year 5, in my 5th year, I'm still at 700 something subscribers. It's not like I took off and was blowing up right away. A lot of it was me sucking and not having the skill, but a lot of it was just lack of consistency as well. And that I wasn't doing it every day. And because I wasn't doing it every day, I wasn't gaining the skill to actually get better at the thing. There's a reason why, from all the people I've studied, the number one rule for success that they have is you have to love what you do. Love the process, not just the end result of the thing that you're doing, but you have to love the actual thing that you're doing. It just takes so much effort and so much time to get world class at the thing that if you don't love it, you're going to quit. You kind of have to be crazy doing it because you just love it so much, where most people would quit. That's how you end up winning. And so finding the thing that you love to do that you can stay consistent on so that it doesn't feel like work is the thing that ends up getting you through it. Like if you're hosting a podcast show like this and you don't like interviewing people, do something else, right? Like there's no point in doing this. You have to actually like doing interviews and talking to people and pulling questions out of them and getting insights. And if you don't, cool. Don't do it because podcasting is a hot trend. Go do something else that you really love to do. We've made over 13,000 videos now in 13 years. I've made videos through tragedy and trauma and a broken neck and divorce and all sorts of like terrible things that have happened, and videos still went up. Why? Because I love what I'm doing. And that's how I wasn't burning out. And if I stop liking making videos, then I'll move on to something else. So the consistency really matters, but it's a lot easier to stay consistent on the thing that you actually love doing.
That's amazing. You've had a pretty amazing career, of course, and you've also had to make a lot of brave decisions along the way with your early career, with starting a business, a lot of different things in between. And I'm kind of curious for you, how do you make decisions that require taking risk? Like, do you follow intuition? Do you follow logic, advice of others? Like, what do you typically do to kind of lean into those?
This is where my perfectionist nature, used to take over and slow me down. It's like I get an idea, you get these ideas, and then your brain takes over and you start researching. Like I gotta make the perfect plan before I start. Don't want to make any mistakes, so I'm just gonna start. What I've trained myself to do is 2 things. One, I tell myself that great ideas flow through me. That great ideas will flow through me. Because it came through me, then it's a great idea. And what that does is kind of shortcut the brain from over-analyzing, over-preparing, and overthinking. That as long as you're in a good emotional state, right? Like if you're frustrated or pissed off or upset or jealous, maybe don't trust the ideas that come to you. Like if somebody cuts you off in line or in traffic and you want to go chasing, like maybe think on that one. But if you're in a positive place, if you're watching this episode and you feel inspired or hopeful or you want to do more, you're grateful, trust the ideas that come to you, because those ideas often don't make sense. Like your next great idea doesn't make sense because your brain tries to make sense of it, but it doesn't make sense, but your heart wants to do it. So it's listening to your heart and just trusting that great ideas flow through you. From there, to get over the perfectionism, I came up with what I call the 2% difference. So what most people do is focus on how do I plan to 100%. I'm going to start a podcast. So I need to look at Allan's setup. He's got the TVs and he's got the microphone and he's got right. And people would look at that and say, I need all that before I start. The 2% difference is if you trust that great ideas flow through you, then what's the first 2%? What's the first 2% that you can do right now just to get started? And don't expect it to be perfect. Expect it to suck. But momentum for most people is the only thing that's missing. We often use our best energy on planning. And so you come up with an idea, and then you plan and you plan and you plan and plan, you strategize, and then a week goes by and then you realize you don't have the same courage and boldness that you had a week ago. And you spent all of that great energy on planning instead of doing, where the first step should be to do something. And then you start working on the plan. So if you want to work out, you got to get healthier. Cool. What's the perfect workout plan? Well, did you do HIIT? Do you do cardio? Do you hire a trainer? Do you go to the gym and lift weights? Like, what are you going to do? There's so many options. The best thing to do is just do as many push-ups as you can right now, right? You get on the floor and you do 5 push-ups, 20 push-ups, like however many you can do. Is that going to help you long-term get your result? No, it's just one day of doing a thing, but it solves the most important problem, which is momentum. Because if you do 10 push-ups today, then you can do 12 tomorrow, you can do 14 the next day, you can do 20 the next day. And then as you start to plan, maybe you realize, hey, push-ups aren't the thing. Maybe you should be doing pull-ups. Maybe you should be doing yoga. Maybe you should be, right? Like the plan always changes. Just like we talked about, the Allan from 5 years ago could not plan to where the Allan is right now. The plan will always change. But the biggest thing that's missing for most people is just momentum. So trust that great ideas flow through you, and then apply the 2% difference to just get started.
I love that. It's progress over perfection.